What's going on, guys, and welcome back to another video. We are here officially reviewing The Front Room, which will be the last review of the weekend. Now, before we get into the video, please make sure to hit the subscribe button. We are 14 followers away from 100. I never, ever would have thought that we would have made it this far, but I appreciate all of the support, the views. Make sure to follow me on all the social media pages. And without further ado, let's get into it. The Front Room is brought to you by A24, and I will admit A24 has become one of my favorite companies of 2024. Now, the reason that they have become one of my favorite companies is with my Regal Unlimited Pass, the trailers in theaters that they show for this company always grab my attention. So you think of Warner Brothers and Fox, Sony. A24 is always grabbing my attention with their trailers. The Front Room really is centered around a couple, a husband and wife named Belinda and Norman, who are really struggling with grief from the past. Now, during this time, they get a phone call that Norman's father is dying, and with that, they ultimately have to make the decision to whether or not to allow his mother to move in with him. Now, Belinda and Norman do have a young child, and that young child is also taken into consideration when making the decision. Now, I think the one thing that is very clear is they know that once her time comes and she passes, they are going to get a lot of money from that time. They ultimately allow her to move into the front room, which is based what the title is. However, they notice some weird things. Belinda already has issues with sleepwalking and really handling her grief, but her mother-in-law is insane. She's an old lady. She claims to be possessed, and then all the weirdness happens. Now, the stuff in the trailer, there's more of the weird creepiness in the film that expands the trailer and what you see there. So with this movie, it does a good job of fitting in the horror movie category. Now, there are aspects in this film where you kind of laugh. And I don't know if it's a laugh from it being funny or a laugh because of the way that it is delivered. But it is a laugh nonetheless. Now, as the movie goes on, you really see a real battle between a mother and a mother-in-law, because the mother-in-law is just weird. I don't even remember how to pronounce her name, but it's just weird enough where if that was your mother-in-law in a real situation, you would be creeped out too. And so ultimately they realize that there are weird things going on, and how are they going to solve and fix it? Now, like I said, as the movie goes on, the mother-in-law is just creepy. And Belinda and Norman must figure out how to navigate it, but they also understand that once she dies, they are going to have a lot of money. They are handling his mom while trying to raise their daughter, who is struggling with crying, who is struggling with trying to latch on for breastfeeding. So handling your own personal struggles while dealing with an old adult is a real theme in this movie. Now, let's go into rating. Now, before we do that, the mother-in-law ends up dying, but I will admit I like the way that they built up that death. So go see it for that reason alone. Let's go into rating. So when it comes to rating, I look at my enjoyment factor in this film. And my enjoyment factor, when I mention that in reviews, is really, did I actually sit through the entire thing and feel like I wasn't wasting my time? And I did not feel like I wasted my time. Audience, I saw it at 8:30 at night. The audience was not very big. I think there may have been 9, maybe 10 people in the theater with me. So there is that. But then we also look at it from the perspective of, what did I feel going in? Now, going in, when I saw the trailer, which A24 does an excellent job with the trailers, because their trailers gravitate in to me more, and I am more enjoying, misspoke. I enjoy their trailers more than I do any other companies, to say the least. Them and Bleecker Street do a great job of highlighting their new movies. And I was very intrigued by what this movie could provide. Now we go to rating. For me, The Front Room is a 2.9 out of 5. It did enough to satisfy what I was expecting. It was a movie that I did not feel like I wasted my time, but it's also maybe not a movie that I would go rush to see again. But The Front Room is out now. Make sure to hit the subscribe button. We are 14 followers away from 100. Like I said, thank you all again for subscribing. I never thought I would make it this far or even have 20 subscribers. Make sure to follow me on all the social media pages, and I will talk to you later.